Let's start with the snippet we worked with last time. Open a text editor, preferably one with syntax highlighting support for Python, and configure it to insert 4 spaces per indent level when you press the Tab key. You should also check that your editor saves the file using the UTF-8 encoding, as that's what the Python 3 runtime expects by default. Let's get the snippet we wrote at the REPL at the end of the previous module into a text file called words.py. All Python source files use the .py extension. Now we're using a text file for our code, we can pay a little more attention to readability. Let's put a blank line after the import statement. Save the file in a directory called pyfund in your home directory. Switch to a console with your operating system's shell prompt and change to the new pyfund directory. We can execute our module simply by calling Python 3 and passing the module's file name. When you press return, after a short delay you'll be returned to the system prompt. Not very impressive, but if you got no response, the program is running as expected. If on the other hand you got an error, an HTTP error indicates there's a network problem, while other types of error probably mean you mistyped the code. Let's add another for loop to the end of the program to print out one word per line. This is much better. Now we have the beginnings of a useful program. Our module can also be imported into the REPL. Let's try that and see what happens. Start the REPL and import your module. When importing, we omit the file extension. The code in your module is executed immediately when imported. Maybe not what you'd expected, and not very useful. To give us more control over when our code is executed, and to allow it to be reused, we'll need to put our code in a function.